keep it right here in Bangkok for this week's second game. The Chang Thailand Slammers still seeking their first win after dropping a tough loss to the Heat a couple of days ago. They have their work cut out for them as they host the Westport's Malaysia Dragons, who are coming off a big win against the same Saigon Heat. Justin Howard unable to play in this one as the team brings in 7-footer Chris Charles as a replacement, and he makes his presence felt right away. Cedric Bozeman with a huge debut last week. He gets the steal and goes coast to coast for the Dragons' first score. Michael Earl hits the long jumper and the Slammers lead it by 8. Froylan Baghian connects with Chanahan Clayhan. Then he finds Chris Charles, who's having a hot start in his first game for the Slammers. On the defensive end, he blocks the 3 by Shi-Fi Lo, but Lo recovers and follows up with a baseline shot. Baghian cuts off the pass and is all alone for the layup. But the Dragons closing out strong in the first, and Guga finds Tautua underneath for the nice finish. He would get teed up for the unsportsmanlike bump on Baghian on the way down. No matter, as moments later, he sprints down the court for another layup, tying it at 21. Baghian beats the buzzer at the end of one, and the Slammers lead by 3. The Dragons a bit sluggish in the first, but start to get going in the second. They quickly build a 6-point lead in the early minutes of the second quarter. Pat Cabahug starts to heat up as he hits his second three-pointer in a row. On the other end, Guga forces the turnover and he finds a trailing Cedric Bozeman for a strong finish. Bozeman, also doing a lot of facilitating in this one, starts another fast break. Dragons up by 8. Charles scores on the fast break, going the other way, and the Slammers are back within one possession. But Cabahug, so good at creating his own shot, shakes his defender and calmly drains the fadeaway. Then he spots up again in the corner, and he is on fire. Ceylon gets in on the action with his own corner 3 and puts the Dragons up by double digits. Everything going the Dragons' way as Guga gives them another triple. Edwards shutting down the paint with this huge block, and that sends the Dragons on a fast break, capped off with a basket and the foul by Shi-Fi Lo. The Dragons breaking out in the second quarter and go into halftime, leading the Slammers by 17. John Ung continues the Dragons' hot shooting in the second half with this 3. Dawson is able to answer back, but the Slammers are still down big. Cabahug, still with the hot hand, loves that open corner 3. The Slammers try and spark a third quarter run. Charles cooling off after a hot start. He gets a nice look from Dawson for the easy flush. Great work defensively by Baghian to get the steal. But even better is Gavin Edwards, who comes in and gets the clean swat from behind. Slammers bench spark a late third quarter run, which leads to this 3 by Tongsri, and that brings the lead back down to single digits. But at the end of 3, John Ung gives the Dragons an 8-point edge with his buzzer-beating putback. Exciting fourth quarter in store as both teams start the fire and hit their outside shots. Alert Laokul breaking down Bozeman off the dribble. He finds Charles along the baseline, and the Slammers are back within 5. Bozeman then showing his own handling skills, drives the baseline and finishes with the reverse. Then he finds a cutting Cabahug for the score. Once again, it's Wacharapong Tongsri from the outside, and he keeps them within striking distance. Sektira pulls them to within 4 points after this play. But the Dragons shooters too good on this day. Cabahug with a cold-blooded outside shot. Then Edwards throws it down with 2 hands to give the Dragons a comfortable lead. Another great effort by the Chang Thailand Slammers with their highest offensive output for the season so far. However, they are unable to outscore the hot shooting Dragons and suffer their third consecutive loss. The Dragons shooting a red-hot 51% from the field, 38% from the outside. Tough to beat a team with those kind of numbers as they have another great start to the season.